Scalping. So what is it all about? Well, for me, scalping the market isn't just looking to capture a few pips on those lower time frames. It's just about trading the same process we do on the higher time frames on the lower time frames. Now, in this video today, we're going to go through live price action. We're on the 1 minute chart on the Euro USD. You can see we're on the 1 minute chart. And we're currently going to just follow price here and see if we can look to reprice to find some good setup to take a trade. So I'll go through the current chart and we'll look for where we're looking for potential price to turn for an entry. And you'll be able to see how I apply the same techniques on the higher time frames as I would on the lower time frame to capture profits. Now remember, all my videos are for educational purposes only, and please understand that this is not investment advice when I'm showing you these types of videos. So let me just clean everything off this chart. So the first thing I want to do is look at the market. So we shrink the chart out. What do we see? We can see the market has been up this upwards trend. We create a reversal here and we've started to go into a bearish trend. Not sure what I mean. Let me just quickly draw this out. The market here has been going to the upside, swinging to the upside, and then eventually we broke down, removing this swing low, lower high, and we continue to drop further to the downside. Even micro swings here as well. So you can see that the market shift to the downside. So we're looking potentially at the moment for sells, but also look how the market start to make smaller swings to the downside, which potentially shows me a move could be on the cards to bounce back to the upside. So there's the larger view on this 1 minute chart. Now going into price, let's go closer in. What do we have on current price? So we have a swing high here in the market. We also have a swing low currently here. Now looking further back in price, I can also mark off another swing low here. See price is below that currently. So this is my current trading range that I'm in. Just show you here from this high, okay, from this swing high to this swing low is the trading range, and we continue to go lower. So if we break the low of this low, we'll look for this low next. If it breaks this, then we're on a new move to downside. But currently on the current price itself, we zoom into price. This is my current trading range. At this push to downside here, we then had the pullback here, and then price has pushed lower. But what do we see currently on that move down? We can draw out this level, which shows me a potential manipulation to downside, which tells me the price is going to most probably want to go higher before it can go lower to find some liquidity in the market. So let me just remove all of this quickly. Now, so looking at this, we have this swing high to this swing low. Let me just quickly draw this one as well. We in fact have this swing high here in the market where we have the last push down where we created this manipulation. Okay, we took the lows here, we never closed through, we wicked through. So we push up now, and this is going to be here an area of imbalance. This is what I call an imbalance left over. You can see we just haven't quite filled that imbalance. So price may want to push up here, wick through this high, fill this imbalance before we see it drop down. Now, of course, this may not happen, and we could see price want to go straight down, but this manipulation right here in the market shows me a potential push higher. Then we have, if I mark off this level, this is a level where I see a reversal. We closed down, we closed up with this big bullish candle, we broke through this high, we retested it now. Okay, we wick through, close back at the level. Now we're creating what I call an inside candle currently. But if we used to see now push down to wick through this low, this candle, and then we see a nice bullish candle, that means we're going to head higher. And we do have some areas here left over on this move down. So we have an area here of imbalance, just here in the market. And price may want to go up to fill that imbalance and then take the high, or just reverse on this area of imbalance. So we can see price now wicking through, going through this low. So if we see a reversal now with a bullish candle, then we can expect price to go higher. If we see price continue to go lower and break this low, then we've got the long-term range we're looking at, which is this low. Now, currently, if I was looking for a sell trade, I'd be marking from this high to this low. I want to see price go above the 50%, which is this level here, right above this high. So I'm looking for price to go through this high, feel this small imbalance left over into the 50% area. Now we do also have, sitting above here, an area of imbalance left over. So price could even go all the way up here before we see a reversal go down. Now I'm looking ahead. I'm reading this current price, thinking ahead of where price might go. Right now I have no reason to sell and no reason to buy this market. All I'm reading is current price. Now if I see price go above these highs, feel this imbalance above these highs, then shows me a reversal, I've got a reason to sell back down. Or even if price continues through to here, I've got a reason to sell. But I've got no reason to sell at the moment where price is. I'm going to let it move. If it continues to drop here, that's fine. So let's look at the current candle, what just happened. We wicked through this low, we closed the bullish candle, but look at the actual outside candle was created. Okay, it's an indecision candle at the moment, and now we're seeing a drop through taking this low. So it all depends what happens on this next candle. If we close through to downside, we're going to see that continuation down. I had no reason to sell at the moment, but you can see what we're looking for above. So currently, the trading range was this move. Okay, price pulled back. We're currently going to downside. Now we've closed through, we can now perhaps see price continue down to take this low. We're just following price. I've got a larger range where I want to see these areas taken to take a trade. Let's change this one. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm looking at. We have this closed through this low. So this tells me that price has just closed through. Now what we're doing, we're pulling back up to fill this area of imbalance left over. Now look, price has just created this area of imbalance right here in the market. So what are we now doing? We're now pushing up to fill this imbalance created. If it holds at this area and we continue to drop, fine. See, we've held currently at that level. So you want to see the market continue to fall here. Okay, close back through this area indicates we may go higher. But at the moment, you can see price is closing down. Again, back to that larger range we're in. This is our trading range we're in. From this low to this high, current low here in the market. We're heading towards that low. We've been in this bearish trend here. If we remove this low, then we look for the next lows in the market. Okay, so we have this low here and we continue down. But currently, we're looking at a pullback for any potential buys or, sells, or a reversal here off one of these lows for a buy back up. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to take a buy, but we can understand where the market's going to go. I still want to see these lows here taken personally. If I zoom back, to show you here, we have on the way down an area of imbalance was removed here. Okay, price continues down. No more imbalances in this market. So this is the last area of imbalance. We can go here, we can see we closed through that imbalance. So that's been removed, been filled. I expect price to come below one of these lows to show me a reversal to go back up. And notice that area I just drawed here, price is holding. Now, if you're new to this type of understanding price on the chart, where we see this bearish candle creating this area of imbalance, and you've always wondered how to understand this, well, this is what you're seeing right now live. We can see the market push back up, held at that level. Again, we pushed through, closed back down, held, pushed back up once again, and then we continue to go lower. So imagine if you're seeing this on a 4-hour time frame. Imagine what you can actually look at here and achieve on a lower time frame. You can look for reversals here for a trade to downside back to the previous lows. See the market closing down, pushes back up, 50% area, look for the market to drop, take this low. So I hope you're having some good education in this video so far. We've been going for about 10 minutes now. And if you are enjoying this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It's one of the first videos of the year, and I thought I'd come through with a different type of video, something with the live markets, to show you how I'll be reading those markets. Yes, these videos can take time to find something for me to show you how I take a trade, but currently you can see I've been reading the market, where it's going. Okay, this is not in hindsight. This is reading in live conditions. I told you if the market holds at this area, we'll continue to fall. What has it done? We closed back at this area and we continue to fall. Now we're going to take this low. So we're now taking this low, this previous low here in the market. Now this is where we could see reversal back up to take these highs. We already know this area here has been filled. So we have nothing there. We have this leftover area of imbalance. We also have a high here in the market. And we also have this swing high here. A swing high here, another swing high here, and an unfilled imbalance above this high. Now, we could see a reversal from this low. I'd like to see a reversal below a low. So we're below this low now in the market. Okay, we did have an area of imbalance there, which actually you can see there's just a small area of imbalance below this low unfilled. That is now being filled. So again, if we see a reversal, it's a good area. We have this move, shows a close down, close back up. Strong move to the upside there. And you see these happen below these lows. Again, what has this candle just created? Look, there's a big push up there. So we're definitely going to go up now. What has this created? This created this area of imbalance. Reversed straight away. Now, very often we can see a new area of imbalance created, and we can see the market want to pull back in. So understanding this candlestick here has created a new area of imbalance to the upside and made a reversal. So we reversed through this candle. Now we're heading higher. We haven't even pushed into this area yet. Now we're pushing back into it. Very often we'll see price come back to 50% or the previous high here. Let me just show you. Sometimes we see price come back to these highs to test them on these candlesticks. We've got this high above. But again, I'd like to see price go to this area of imbalance. And then we have these highs here and an area of imbalance left over, which is in between these two levels. So you can see the market now has just gone above this previous high. Found liquidity there in the market. We may now pull back to this area for push up. So what has this just done? This is in fact now left an area of imbalance. Remove this level. So leftover area of imbalance has been left here. Now the market, I'm not sure if we just picked lower. So 063. No, we didn't go lower into this imbalance yet. So we could still see the market want to push down to fill this imbalance and then push up to take this high. And again, we're going to start then looking for any sell trades because we're now looking at a trading range. Okay, so our trading range, and remember, you'll see in a lot of my videos, I trade with a trading range. This is my current trading range. I have no reason for the market not to take this high. So we're going to take this high, whatever. Once we take this high, I have a new trading range, which is going to go from this high to this low. So now once we do that, we're going to go for this area of imbalance. We're going to fill this imbalance. And once we do that, we can either see a reversal here, or we can see price go higher to take these highs. Now there's a good chance we can see a reversal here back down to this imbalance. We've taken this high, so I can remove this high. We've just gone into that imbalance. We could now see a reversal back to this imbalance for a push higher. And just to show you again, this was a reversal to show me the price wanting to go back up. And now potentially we could have a reversal here to show me the market's going to go back down. So a engulfing candle here could indicate that the market's going to go down lower to take this low. This is our next area to go for if we're going to go to downside. So you can see what's happened. We've took this high here in the market and went into this area of imbalance. Now this candlestick to me is not a good enough candle to look to sell. It is just an engulfing candle of the low, but it's not. I would like to have seen a more of a close to downside to sold that to these lows. So at the moment, I'm going to watch and see if this market comes deeper into this area of imbalance. Now we have closed through. This is my reversal pattern. This indicates to me we're going to go lower. I would prefer to have seen a better close on that candle. We don't always get that, but we could see a continuation now to downside. So the market is now filling this imbalance. If we see a reaction here and a reversal back up, then we'll take these highs, and we could even go into this area of imbalance. But these highs on their own would be a great area to look for reversal. So look, we got our 50% right here. The market hasn't quite gone up to that 50% off this full swing. If we go off this swing, you see we're on above. So you can see what's just happened. We've just created this rejection. And what did it come out of? Okay, so we just zoom in closer. We nearly filled this imbalance. Actually, I think we did feel that imbalance. Yep, so just about filled that imbalance. A nice reversal candle right there. So price has filled that imbalance, pushed back up. All we want to see now is a continuation up. If we see this candle closing through this low, so now we know where this imbalance has been filled. I'm just going to remove that so we don't get confused. This is the level. If we close through this level here now, then this is going to be a signal to downside. So what we now 16 minutes into this video. Hopefully this isn't going to take too long to understand what I'm reading in the markets. Now, as you can see, look, we're now at this low. We didn't close through yet. Okay, so we're right at that low. We've closed on that low. If this candle now closes down, fine. Okay, we're going to fall down and take this low. And this has ended up being a good time to take a sell. Just for me, it wasn't a great looking candlestick. And definitely we're going bearish here. But if we close back up, okay, and this is then what we call that manipulation phase, spiking down, close back up, we could see a run for this area. Never be too quick to jump into a trade. Make sure you have everything lined up. Now we can even look at this high being taken. Okay, this high here has been taken. You can look at this as a trading range, on a smaller trading range. We're now pulling back. And it all depends on this level, on this candlestick. If we close down, potentially we could see a continuation down. We want to see it close back above this level for a bullish move. So we're closed right on that level. Have you seen how the last three candles have closed right to this level? Okay, this is live conditions. I'm showing you this. I've marked this level out, and we can see the price is closed right at this level. Okay, from this high here, we've tested it, closed at it, closed on it again. If we now see a nice bearish continuation down, then I'm happy to see this market fall. At the moment, if we was to look at this as a trading range, okay, below that 50% into that area, this could now be a higher low in the market. Understanding your break of structure, okay, we have a break of structure right there to the upside. Okay, this could become a higher swing low. What we're looking for long term was price to go above these highs. This high here, fill this imbalance, perhaps even go to this imbalance, but even to take this high would be in a better area for me to look for a sell. Now, it didn't happen. We took this high instead. And very often we see these reversals happen at these highs. And we got the reversal on this bearish candle. And you can see the market slowly going lower. Now, we've just closed this level now. So that does indicate to me potentially we could see the market continue to fall, but it's not it's an inside candle at the moment. So what we could see is a push up and then a drop down on the next candle. At the moment, there's no confidence to sell this market at this area. You would not want to sell right here. Okay, selling up here is fine, but we're not selling down here. Okay, if anything, you want to wait for the market to give you that reason to give you a sell. And if we're looking at this larger swing here in the market, this is ideal, this high. This is potential reversal now happening. Break of structure, a higher swing high here. But as you can see, the market continues to close lower. If you start to see candlesticks continue to make wicks to downside, we continue to close lower, that produces the force they need to continue to push the market down. Reading the candles, each candle will help you to understand this. Look at how we see the push up, close down, push up, close down. Again, push up, take the high of this candle previously. If we have a close down, continue to fall. We don't have a confirmed swing high here. If you watch one of the previous videos and understanding the reversal with that swing high, we got a higher low to the left, higher low to the right. We want to see the market closing through this level. So show me, it's going to show you that reversal. Now what that shows you, in fact, on lower time frames we went through on a previous video. Now if you haven't seen that video, don't worry, I'll leave it linked at the end of this video. It's going through the change of character, reading it with 3 candlesticks on the higher time frame. Now if I change of character on a lower time frame, now I know we're on the 1 minute chart here, but let's say this was the daily time frame, this would be a change of character on a lower time frame. Sometimes it can be faster and you'll miss the move, but it gives you an idea on the same time frame where the market's going. There's many different types of strategies that I use, and I bring them all together in my trading. There's no one strategy that I use constantly over and over, because the markets are always changing and we need to change with those markets. We need to understand that. Now this is understanding just levels in the market and areas of imbalances. Now we have added into this, we have areas of supply and demand, which is a main strategy I use. I haven't even gone through that in this video with supply and demand zones. Now what we do have here left over is what we call an area of demand, right here in the market, where the market has gone up, break of structure, okay, remove this high, which is an area of supply, and then we create this area of demand. We push back into demand zone and we're seeing a bullish move off. As I said, potentially creating that higher swing high there in the market, or high swing low, sorry. And what we need to see is this area here close through to show us the continuation. Now, as the market does this, you can see we're even creating small pockets here of imbalance. That's so the market, as it continues up, it has areas where it's going to pull back into to give the orders to push the market higher or to push the market lower. Now, if you're looking for a trade, the best ideal areas to look for your trades can be above swing highs, below swing lows, areas of imbalance, areas of supply and demand. Now, if this is something that you struggle with, then I do suggest checking out the Forex Masterclass course, where you can learn all of this in a step-by-step process. Now you can see what's happening. Again, we've been through this. We've just filled this imbalance. Like I just said, they create these areas, these pockets of imbalances with these hidden orders to leave these areas. They can bring the market in to continue to push the market up. Now, I don't think you're going to find this anywhere else where people are walking through a live chart step by step, showing you exactly how to read this. So I do hope this is giving you some great education today. We've been going for about 20 minutes so now. So if you have enjoyed this, don't forget to give me that thumbs up and leave a comment below if you have enjoyed this. I want to know that this is the content that you are enjoying and it's helpful to your trading. Again, this is nothing different I would be applying to higher time frames. Scalping to me is just trading the lower time frames. That's all it is. Now you can see what's happened here. The market has gone back up to these highs, equal highs, failed to close through this high. Okay, the market now has closed through this imbalance, so we may see a continuation lower. The market is very choppy at this stage because what we're creating now, this is my pen, we're creating this swing here, swing here, swing here, and a swing here. Because now we've closed here, potentially if this candle closes, we've created another swing. What does that create? A wedge pattern in the market. So yes, wedge patterns are there to manipulate you. You'll find these wedge patterns will go one way and then go the other. So we could see a push lower to go below this low here, to go deeper into this tested zone of demand, before we see a push up to then take this high to fully fill this imbalance, take these highs, and then potentially see a continuation lower. That is the way the markets will always move. They're always going to be there to manipulate people out of the markets. Let's remove all this. So currently, what are we seeing? We're seeing a very choppy market with this potential wedge pattern. We continue to close lower, and just here with this low here, we want to see this low removed. Okay, so remove that low. If we hold this demand zone, we want to see a push back up now. If it takes this low, we continue to go lower. Yes, I know that's simple for me to say because we're seeing that happen now, but we want to see either a push back up above this high, so it's a tested zone, and we see a continuation up for our area. We want to look for a sell. We have just took this high. We could now see a remove of this demand. If this happens, we continue lower. Yeah, we're not had any sell trades yet because we're still looking for price to go up to here, but I'm willing to wait for the market to come to where I want to take my trade, not to just jump in because we're thinking that's where the herd is going. So we need to see the market close back above this high. Show me that manipulation of this tested area of demand. So you can see we just closed above. We don't want to see the market take this zone. We want to see it holding above in this zone. No reason to take a buy here yet. Potentially we could see a reversal. So what we now created, another swing high. So this needs to close bullish. Close bullish here, we can go long. This is a tested zone and it's showing me a potential reversal here in the market. So if we close, and this would be a counter trend, so I wouldn't be risking much here, but it's a big candle as well. Let's block these levels out. So potentially closes there, potential long. We're going to take this high. Like I just said, we could see that manipulation. There is that wedge pattern. Okay, so there's the potential manipulation. Manipulation through. Go long here. We're going to take this high. That's what I want to see next. We manipulate through the bottom of this triangle. We're now going to push up. Take the high here. Manipulate through the high. Now hopefully we can see continuation up to take this, fill this imbalance and take these highs, and then we can start looking for a sell. So yes, this is counter trend, but it's still potential area you can take a trade to the upside. Like I said about those manipulations, so you potentially would have gone long here, and you would be taking off some here right now where the market just hit that previous high. Your next one would be to take some profits off here, and then you'll be looking for this high. That's how I'll be looking at this. So now only half an hour being into this video. Let's just see what happens here, and then we'll call this video a day. So hopefully you've had some good insight to how I read those markets. As now we want to see continuation taking this high. Look how price to the pip of that high. And then we just wick through, potentially could pull back. Why are we pulling back? What do we have here? Potential area of imbalance. What do we have on this candlestick here? An area of imbalance. So the market want to pull back into this imbalance before we continue to go up, just to pick up those orders. Let's see the market go up from here. So where's it going to go from here? It's going to take this high. That's our next area. Okay, so you can see we had the manipulation to the downside, then we got the continuation up. And again, look, this wasn't hindsight. I told you about this triangle, this formation, how they manipulate it and push the market up. So we've closed through this high, which is good. Now we've got an area of imbalance left over here and an area here. So these areas we can see a pullback for a bounce up. This doesn't have to happen, but these could be great areas to target to downside if we get a sell up here. So to start with, we have this high that's going to be taken next, and that's going to fill this imbalance. Now our target would have been to this high and this area of imbalance. That would be our next target. Our first target would have been this high from this move up. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to be big profits. It is still going to be those pips, but it's showing you that we're applying the same technique on a lower time frame as I would trade on a higher time frame. Scalping is no different to trading a swing trading strategy to me. Now, some others might say scalping is about getting in and out of the market in one quick move. That's not what I'm all about. I'm all about understanding where we're going to go next. That's the important part. At some point, we're going to take this low. For me, we want to take this low at some point. But we went through, once we got through this low, we created this area of demand. We had this tested zone, we took it and we moved through this area of triangle. So we manipulated the low into this demand zone, tested zone. There's a video on this channel about tested zones. I also go into a lot more detail in the masterclass course. We create this reversal, right, at this area on this wedge pattern. Manipulation, great reversal on this bullish candle. Take an entry here, target 1 at the highs, target 2 the next highs in this area of imbalance, target 3 these highs. That's how I'd look at that. So if we now continue up, take this high, let's just remove this triangle. We know it's there. There we go. There's our push up. Take this high to fill this imbalance. It's as simple as that. So we need to close through this imbalance now to take this high and to fill this imbalance. We haven't done that. At the moment, we've wicked up, filled the imbalance, and potentially this could be a reversal. You could see a reversal here. Now, if we just mark off, this is still that high to this low. Okay, we're still inside this trading range. So we can still see a bearish move to downside here. Why? Because now we've filled this area on this imbalance. Move this back. We also took this high and we've just wicked through this high and then we've created a reversal. So this is a potential reversal to downside. And what we can see here is then the area of demand to be removed. It's already a tested zone, so I wouldn't expect it. Now, if we have a reaction here, we could see a further push up this high. We still really want to see the swing head to downside. That's what I really want to see. We have now tagged that 50% level at this push through. So there's no reason to go higher to this high. And that's a nice bearish close to downside. We just bounced off this area of imbalance. So a close of this imbalance means we're going lower. Let's see what happens here. And then I'm going to call this video day. There is a spike through to fill that imbalance. We could still see this push up. Remember, we took this trade here. Target 1, target 2 was achieved. You'd be at break even now. Most probably be stopped out break even. Now you could have solved the market. Once we see the close through here, and let me just show you quickly. We have a small, it's only a small area here of imbalance left over. And you can see the market here just pushed up and then pushed through this imbalance, closed up on this imbalance, and now we can see a continuation up. I just have to see what happens. This long has worked. Okay, so we didn't get stopped out. You can see that if you took an entry right at the close here, or even took it on a pullback, you would not be stopped out. You'd still be in for this high. So this is creating a reversal, but there's no reason to sell there yet. We really wanted to see a close through this imbalance to show me the reversal. Then we're going to look for the pullback and caught an entry to downside. So this most probably is going to show me a higher swing high, just like we saw over here, this one here. Because what have we done again? So we've gone up to previous structure. We haven't closed it. We have spiked through on a bullish candle. That is a break of structure for me and my students. They understand that term. We filled this imbalance. So for me, that imbalance has been filled. We've got the 50% there. Let me just draw out this area of imbalance. There's the imbalance. If we see it close through this level, okay, then we're going to go up and take these highs. It's all about understanding levels to levels, zones to zones. So we have this area here of demand. We also have this area here of supply. So we tag that supply, okay, and then we reverse back to downside. That's the first time prices come into that area of supply. But like I said, it's not just use of supply and demand. It is a cool concept of understanding the way the markets move, but you also want to understand the levels in the market, imbalances, your swing highs and lows. Now you can see the market has come back, okay, has held at this reversal. Now this is a key understanding of the reversal in the market. There is a video in this channel that goes through this, and there's more of this inside the masterclass. You can see we actually held and closed back below this. So we could now see a close through this imbalance here. If we get that, then we could see the market continue to fall from this area. And that means this area of supply and this swing high here, where we had the manipulation, is basically held the market and will continue to fall. And we also know that we can mark off this full swing. We're at the 50%, okay, and we can also mark off this swing and we're still inside that swing. That is our trading range currently still. Okay, to the downside, we could still go for this low because we've closed through here on this candlestick. So as you can see, the candles very wicky there into this area. Same area once again, a close through on this one, indicate lower prices. And this candlestick here is a great understanding of a reversal here in the market, that we wicked up and we closed back below it. If we closed back above that level, then potentially would have gone straight up. So above a high, into a supply, to do what? To fill our area of imbalance. Okay, so we went above a high, filled an imbalance into our supply. Price is very choppy at the moment. I'm not saying that you're going to win every trade reading the markets like this. And this is a skill. You know, it's years and years of practice and trading live conditions you start to read the market. And for me, I wouldn't be trading on a 1 minute time frame. I start my trading on a 4 hour time frame and tend to have my entries on a 5 minute. So I'd actually be seeing this on a 4 hour now, and I'll be going down through my time frames, confirming an entry here on a lower time frame for much higher risk to reward. Imagine this is a 4 hour time frame. We're taking an entry down here. When we see this reversal, we've got a nice target 1, target 2, and a target 3 at these highs. Now imagine that. You've caught a trade down here. That's going to be something like a 5 to 1, 8 to 1 risk to reward there, compared to what we're seeing just on this small move on the 1 minute time frame. Now you can see that this area of imbalance is holding now. We've not just had 1, 2, 3. And this is the 4th time we're seeing price come into this imbalance and holding at the moment. They are struggling to push price through this imbalance. That means there's a build-up of orders in here. There's accumulation at the moment, which could be accumulation to push that market up to break this area of supply. Again, if we see a close down through this area, then we continue to fall. But at least we're going to go to this area of imbalance. And what we time now? Nearly 40 minutes. We're going to fold. There we go. A nice close through. If we continue to close down and hold through, that means this area of supply is held on this potential move to downside. We want to see a close through this imbalance and even this imbalance, and then we're going to see a continuation down. So let me know in the comments how you found this video today. Has it been useful? Do you trade in a similar way? Is there any particular part of this video that you're not sure about? Don't forget, you can always rewind and watch this video over and over to see how there's some great tips in this video to help you. And of course, I'm there to give you support if you want to with the Forex Masterclass course, and you'll be able to go through step by step learning all of this through that course. So what's just happened is we've just closed through this area of imbalance, and we've spiked through this imbalance and we've held above. So what we've actually got now is from here to here, we have an area of imbalance created. If we hold below this area, then potentially we could see the market continue down. If we close back up, we could see a push back up. And that's just reading this last single candlestick, because we can still have a higher swing low here on that candle, because we had that spike through this area of imbalance. And this would then be your trading range. You see, you go from this low to this high, and we've gone to the 50%, gone below these two lows, and you can see what's happening on the chart. The market has now gone back up, spiked again. Let's just remove some stuff on the chart to make it easier. So where's the market gone to? The previous high. fact, I think it's exactly the same high. So you can see this potential wick through here. This is a reversal to go up. This candlestick, this confirms a reversal. And again, where was that major entry we wanted? We wanted a trade off here, didn't we? This is where we're really looking for a trade to come from, because that is where we can see it's above that 50%. It's a nice swing high. And we also have this area of imbalance above if we continue to go up. So if there's a strong push up from here, that's a good area of imbalance to watch. And you can see the market's now hopefully closing through this high. That means we'll take this high, fill this area of imbalance. So definitely a good buy from here to the upside. This sell, again, I would not have taken until we close through that imbalance. Now we closed through that imbalance here. But like I said, we want to really see a close through this imbalance and this imbalance because they're so close together. It didn't happen. We spiked through and we got the reversal. We're not just going to jump into any trade here. We want to see a good reason to take a trade. Now we have this area of imbalance left over. Could see the market want to pull back to then go up. So you may see the market want to just drop back here to then take this high. That's a good area to watch. So this video is going to be probably about 45 minutes long. That's a long video again, going through the live markets, just sitting here watching them. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you're watching to this point. If you are watching to this point, then put in the comments and give me a hell yeah, you love this video. I'll know you're watching to this point. But this is a great video to help with your education going forward in 2023. And I do hope that this will help you going forward. And if you're still struggling, the best thing to do here is to watch this video a few times. See if you can get some good knowledge from it. If you're still struggling, then reach out, check out the Forex Masterclass course. I'm sure 2023 going forward will be great for you to start off the year with that course. It's going to help you to master those markets. So let's just see quickly if the market does push up and gets that full profit target from this buy down here, where we saw this reversal on that wedge pattern. And don't forget, we were looking at this pattern here in the market, this wedge pattern. And what do we see? We saw the manipulation downside, break of structure to the upside, pull back, high swing high, continuation, break of structure again, and then hopefully we'll see take this high. And again, that was not in hindsight. That was in live conditions, walking through, reading the price on the chart. So let me just have a quick sip of my drink and let's see if we can finish this video off. And if you want to see more of these sort of videos going forward in 2023, let me know. And let's just see if we can push up and then we can finish this video. And you can see price is just stalling at this area. So we could see that pull back before we see that push up. So what I like to see is our areas of the manipulation where we see the push through continuation. What do we see here? Manipulation, continuation. What do we see here? Manipulation, continuation. That is what you'll see in that previous video I did as well, which is going through understanding manipulation. And if you haven't seen that, I'll leave that linked above now for you to watch, but definitely a great video to watch. So it looks like we might not get that pullback. There we go. We've just taken this previous high and we filled this imbalance. Now, if we get a close through there, we want to see price closing. Here we go. We've got a manipulation at the high. That may well indicate potential reversal. So we have this high as well. Manipulate. We have fill on this area of imbalance. A close through the imbalance will indicate we're going for the next imbalance. Now this candlestick here is not an entry candlestick. It's not a big enough candlestick pattern. And if we see a bullish candle closing up through here, then I'd expect to see a continuation up to this area of imbalance. But you can see this entry we took down here, we went through a potential trade you could have taken here, understanding that your target 1 was here, target 2 is this high here, target 3 was here. Yes, not a great big risk to reward taking the trade there, but you understand the concept of reading price. And again, like I said, imagine applying this to a higher time frame, looking for entry on a lower time frame. So this candlestick closes through nicely. Again, we don't have to see price go all the way up to here. We could see a reversal here back to downside. So we do close through that high. And once we see the close of this imbalance, where's price gone straight to? Okay, so we've gone straight to this imbalance. Now, what do we do here? Do we wick through? Do we hold? Because what we now have up here as well is an area of supply. And you can see that I'm most probably going to mark this bullish candle, looks better. But you can see we've pushed into this area of imbalance, into this area of supply. Now, this is a better zone to trade from, not from this smaller one, because we've got a nice area of supply as well. Because when we see this high taken, our supply zone's up here. But you can see we've wicked up through the imbalance into the supply. And this video is just going on and on. It really is today. So if I just quickly now remove everything here quickly, just to show you. Oh, let's just do this properly. Let's remove all this. If we get a sell now from here, we have an area here to go for. We have an area here to go for. And then we have the lows. So a sell from here, we have some potential targets and potentially the low in the previous swing here to the left. Because we already know this swing here has been removed. So a sell here, the first thing I look for would be on the lower time frame normally for an entry here. But if we're, as we're on the 1 minute, we're looking for the reversal pattern, which is this candlestick that closed down. If we then also close this level, that puts me on for bearish bias back to downside. This would then be the next target. Now, what did I say would happen when we filled this imbalance into that supply? We got that spike. We got that spike. We're getting that reversal. Okay, so there is your big reversal. Now, what that's left over is this area of imbalance. Potentially you can see a pullback into the imbalance and then a drop. And this will be your first target area, second target area, third target. So this will be a first, potentially watching this low, and then this low here. You could see a pullback here first. There's no pullback at the moment. Now, this information you're watching right now is per gold. You know, this is not the type of information you're going to find other people sharing on their YouTube channels. So let's get this channel going big for 2023. Share this video. Share with all your friends, your family, anybody you know who likes to trade. This is going to help you going forward in 2023. I want to help as many traders as I can. This is why I do this. This is why I have the YouTube channel. So my battery pack on my mic is going to run out very soon. So I'm going to have to cut this off, this video right here. We're just around about 49-50 minutes now into this video. So as you can see, we had a nice reversal here, a pullback here would give me an entry potentially to go lower for target 1, target 2, target 3. But at least we got to see that move from this low went up to where we were looking for the market to go to, and we've seen that reversal out of this area of the imbalance and the supply zone. Now, the majority of how I trade is supply and demand, and you can learn lots of that in this channel. But popping up right now is that video I said about going through and reading the markets with the change of character on any single time frame and understanding those swings in the market.